everybody, Debbie here from Craftywafty, and we're going to be looking at the next part of our series, and this is how to attach all your pages to your album. So once you've done all your page designs, we now need to pop them in here. So this is what I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to open this up. Now I've already pre-stacked my pages in the order that I want to put them into the album, and I've also added the red liner tape. Now the beauty of the design of this album is the hinge bit, which is on your base page that's been scored, will fit exactly onto the hinge in the album. So you don't need to do any mitre corners. There's no struggling trying to slide it onto the hinge, which I've seen in some album makers videos. So this one, literally, you're just going to peel that off and stick it straight onto the side of the hinge. So let's make a start. So I'm just going to turn these round, and we're gradually going to stack these across. So all I'm going to do is just peel off the red liner tape, and I'm just going to line it up. So what I do is I line up the edges of the page to the hinge. I've butted that page right up against that base of the hinge, and I just gently lift it up until it makes contact, and then I'm just going to run my finger along there, and that is nice and firm on there. Okay, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other one. Now I have bent these hinges backwards and forwards a little bit just to give us a little bit of flexibility. So again, I'm going to peel off the next one, and I'm going to turn this around, and again I'm going to butt that up against the base of the hinge, line up those sides or the edges of the hinge there, and I'm just going to let that gently fall, and now I can just run my finger along there just to make sure that that is stuck properly, and that is as simple as that. So that's our first two hinges in, and then we just carry on as we go through. So the next one, now obviously just be wary that when you are putting your pages in that you've got them the right way up. Okay, trust me, I've done that before. And I'm just going to pop this one in, and as we go in again, I'm just going to slide that in against the edge, making sure it lines up beautifully with that hinge, and just attach that like so. There we are, and then we're going to come back and do the other one. Now this one I've not folded, so I'm just going to give that a good crease backwards and forwards. Get my little bone folder tool out. There we go. There we are. Now this one is going to attach on to the other side. So you can see how quickly you can pop these in. And what I love about this album is the way that each hinge, when you open it up, the pages up, that they lie nice and flat. You'll see that a bit more once we finish putting these pages in. Now obviously I've not decorated all these pages yet, because what I'll do is I'll once these are in, I can then work out where I'm going to put the patterned papers, what colour coordination and stuff like that I'm going to have for those. So that one just tucks in nicely there. You can see how nice and straight they are, stacking up as well. I'm just going to unpeel that one. Now this one, again, just going to line that in with the bottom of the hinge, bring that over. I will go along all of these more permanently in a minute with the bone folder, but just to get these in situ. So here we go. This is our next one. Just going to pop that one on there, making sure it's all nice and in line. Now, this was the accordion one, so this was the one that I had to put the papers on in order to set the accordion page properly. So this is the first bit of colour that's gone into the album. And again, we're just going to line those up. There we are. And we're almost done. I don't think I bent this one. No, I didn't bend this one. Let's bend this one backwards and forwards a little bit, just to give it a little bit of flexibility. There we go. I'm just going to slide that in like so. Push that up just to attach there. And then we're on our last page. And again, I just need to fold this one. So what I do is that before I put the pages in, I work out what order I'm going to put them in. Then I attach the red liner tape, depending on which side it's going to attach to the hinge. So they're like the first and last thing that I do before I attach these. And there we are. And that is all our album pages in. So now I've got them in, I can just run my bone folder along those. As you can see, you get the nice open edge there. We'll just make sure that that's all stuck on. And that is pretty much it as to how you put your pages into your album. So the next part, I will probably show you how I decorate some of these, just to give you a few tips on that. Okay, on some of these pages, but that is it. And that is our album all assembled. There we go. Right. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon. Bye.